Hey guys, we're out here walking. I finally found the entrance to the JR line old railway that people have turned into a walking path. There has been some signs posted. I'll throw the pictures of them up. But I finally did find the entrance, so we're gonna go ahead and walk it some. And I'll take some videos I go throughout for you guys, and we'll post it up in a video. So this used to be an old train line, as you guys can see. The train timbers are still here, but JR line went through and redid it because a lot of people liked walking it, a lot of people liked using it. So we're gonna take some videos and pictures throughout. So this is why I wanted to do it, to see stuff like this. So just awesome stuff. So I'll have to get some pictures of that. Alright guys, I'm back doing some more videos. I got some pictures of what I wanted of this awesome view in here. Just awesome to see this. So I don't know how busy it's going to be. They built this nice walkway over the old metal train tracks, as you guys can see. Nice sign talking about the fish that you can get, I guess. Safety, probably do not fall over the edge, I guess. So we'll see what else we can do. Guys, I'm sure I'll do another video here. So the entrance that I entered in was over there. So this is just the beginning of it here, or the end of it, depending on how you look at it. So this is the beginning from where I entered. Some people entered the other way, come towards me. But this is the main reason of why I really wanted to do this pathway. Supposedly most of the pathway is used like this. It runs along the river, and you know, this is the big problem that people are concerned about, is landslides, as you can see there. So you got to be careful while doing it so you don't die. The telephone pole's falling over, which is hopefully not used. And that's the big warning, is not to die. But as you guys can see, there's part of the edging that's fallen over and is going away. But it's kind of sketchy. It's not really, it's a walking path, but it's not a walking path. Basically a walking path you do, and nobody's responsible if you die. It's your own fault on that one. But so peaceful, relaxful, air so fresh. You smell the water coming up off the river, or I guess you could say water. So you could see the old wall from the train tracks, power lines, old escape routes, I guess. So just the views are amazing. Alright guys, I'm going to take some more pictures and we'll come back to it. There's some more views of it. So I'll have to make a couple of videos, I guess. Again, this is another one of them things built over the old train path, as you guys can see, old train rail. So they literally built a nice wood bridge for people, because they like this walking path, and I don't blame them. It's one of the cool things to see. They did do a lot to try to keep people. I think that's danger falling debris from above, which makes sense. Water here is so clear. So get a better picture of that. Alright guys, we've gone through one of the tunnels. I'm on the other side now. Definitely was an old railroad track, like I said before. You can see all the old pickets or the ties. So it's definitely overgrown a bunch. I mean, it's still a good path to walk on, but it is not definitely a train with now, that's for sure. So but it's still pretty damn cool. Not really much people out here today because it is Wednesday, I believe. So, but it's so cool on how they did all this stuff. I guess it doesn't really need to be that wide for the train. So, see how they built it up with stone. So, sorry for all the roughness with walking. Not using my mount because I'm taking too many pictures and stuff, so try to keep it smoother for you. Still along it. So here's some more views. I mean, just awesome. So we're down in the mountains. So you can kind of see we're in a valley, but you can see all the foliage and stuff. It's so cool, actually, just being able to walk this. So, yep, pretty neat though. I'm actually happy I had another group of tourist guy with his kids come through. They were rude and obnoxious. People don't know how to not destroy things, sadly. Kids were walking around with a stick, banging all the trees and everything, and Dad didn't care. But what can you do? I'm just gonna enjoy my trek and look at the stuff and enjoy the scenery. Alright guys, here's some cool things I found besides this awesome view. So we got this sign, I don't know what it really says. Looks important because of that. And then, I don't know, I'll have to take a picture of that, translate it later. So, the other neat thing though, is I actually found something with a date, okay? I don't know what that sign says. Probably caution, do not climb or do not come over here, death will ensue, etc., etc. But apparently, 1956, the 10th month. So, probably says do not touch wall. But pretty cool to actually find a date somewhere. So here's another view. I'll show that to you. So I guess this was like I don't know, something to do with the train station. A little shack. A lot of people looks like they come back here and look in here like I'm doing. But it's all no roof. You can see it look like a window there. I guess maybe a door here. So it looks like a lot of people come back this way to see what's on this side, which is nothing. Nothingness. Besides people dumping trash and stuff. So people probably come back here to use the restroom or something. So, but pretty neat. So let's go back this way before I get in trouble. Before something happens to me. Yeah, perfect. So, but I'm assuming that's what people probably do. They probably go back there and use the bathroom. So, we'll get some pictures of this and go from there. Alright guys, we are walking in one of the tunnels here. You can see a nice bright light that way. We're going into the darkness here. So, it's actually pretty cool. Because when you look at the wall, you just see all the stones, I guess, from them cutting out that they just put in. And then they use brick on top. It's all brick ceiling going down to the thing. It's actually pretty cool. Don't know how long this one is, but I think there's a total of 3 tunnels. So it's kind of dark. So I mean, you can see how distance is. Looks like they did fill in all of the cross chutes or drains, I guess you could say. Maybe they didn't fill them in. Maybe they just cut them there so somebody could hide if the train was coming. So I don't know what the purpose of that was. Oh, there's a big hole down there. Well, there's a crab in it. Huh, I didn't mean to light you up, crab, sorry. Crab's like, I don't like the light. Didn't you? So, but you can see how dark it gets. This is with my flashlight. Let's take it away. Light at the end. No light. So, kind of interesting, but really cool though. I mean, you could see all the brickwork. It's just awesome. Kind of cool to be able to go through an old railway tunnel like this. See where water's dripping in from the roof. And they're just getting darker and darker and darker. So, lights there, spin around, blackness without a light. I don't know how people do this without a light. All you see is dark. So, another cut in the thing. So then you go to more of the paths. So, and it really does echo. Turn around. Light. Nothing. So, this is where flashlights really help. But it's really kind of cool. Stick? Yeah, that's a stick. Oh, wow. I wonder where that went to. Oh, there's another date. 1973. Or 1970 March. See how people carve in their names on the wall. That's solid. Man, can you get disoriented real easy in here? Because you could look back that way, you got barely any light. Turn around and it's just pitch black. I mean, I'm not covering the camera, as you can see. I'm just taking my light away. So cool. See more water leaking through the mountain. Definitely neat though. Not much to take pictures of for a second, but you can really see. We'll keep walking and we'll see what else we see. I guess that must have been a passageway back there that I showed you guys. That's been concreted in. So I got more of them cutouts there. Just so then I think people can get out of the way if they're in here when the train's coming so they don't get smooshed. Wow. Long tunnel. Definitely why if you guys do this pathway, bring a flashlight. Because, for example, here, looking that way, we're gonna cover the light. Barely anything you can see. Maybe the end of the tunnel. Turn around this way. You got just a Scotia light. So, pretty cool though. Keep walking this way some more. That's it. Yeah. I guess that must be the end. Cut away. Let's see, I think we're in about the middle here. So we're gonna go there. And they're just a Scotia light each way. So this is so friggin' neat. It's awesome because there's nobody here today. You guys can just hear my echo. Used to be a hustle and bustle, and train line is now closed. The tracks are gone. And it's turned into a walkway. I think it's like a 3-mile pathway, to be honest with you. The nice thing is the rails are all pretty much evenly spaced, except for when it's missing one. You can really see the mountain rock. It must be more crabs or something. It looks like freshly dug there. I'm gonna keep my distance a little bit. Trying not to be bit by anything. Yeah, we're coming up to the light out. So, oh, what's that? There's a plaque. Let's see if I can get a zoom up on it. Oh, that's pretty cool. Long tunnel. Oh, that's closed in. Let's see what's up. It's a 7612. Is what the date is on that one. The other one was 70, the March. So they must have been working this way. So, I think 422, somebody signed. See all people's dates and stuff carved in. Had to be tourists, I think, that did it, because it was in English. I have seen some areas with Japanese stuff in it, but it's kind of cool seeing the stuff with the dates, though. Whoops, I don't want to hurt my foot here. There we go. So just for reference here, that's the way that I came from. That way. And we're going to turn around to the way out. That one's really bad. But it's kind of cool, though. Looks like soot. I don't know if there's an old steam line. It might have been. Makes sense if that's all soot. Who knows? I'll have to read on it some more and find out, but it's possible. That would make sense, though, being the time frames. So, oops, kicked some rocks. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, some big rocks you can see. So now we're coming up here on the way out. Turn my light off here. I'll put that back in my pocket. Oops. Almost dropped my light and phone. All right. Light! Light! I found light! So you see old cables. So there's the other entrance of it. So I'm gonna take some pictures now and we'll go from there. It's still pretty cool though. Guys, I think I found another date here. 1958, the 10th month, for, I guess probably for this fall, maybe this overpass that I went over. Not 100% sure. I do not really know exactly how to do the dating, but that would make the most sense to me. So here we have another little bridge over a drain, I guess you could say. So they use steel plates on this to try to keep it safe. I can't really get, you can see the old, this is new rail here to keep people. That's the old part for the train. So, and then your water drainage. So, I guess it was actually where maybe a train track was attached to us there. The old train track, old waterway. Pretty neat, actually, to be able to see all this. There we go. So, pretty cool that JR did this. Oh, guys, I found another date there. Looks like 77 of 2, I guess. I guess that's what it is, or maybe it's a project. I'll have to read some more on it and let you guys know for sure. But it's another retaining wall to keep, I guess, debris, maybe animals out of here. So that way when the trains were passing, you wouldn't have an issue, hopefully. But it's pretty cool with it being right here next to the waterway. And so you guys can see there's even water flowing here. So some old bases for railroad tracks right there. That would go under the track. Nails would go through to hold the track to the plates. So you'll find, I guess, old stuff like that thrown throughout here. So pretty neat though. Yeah, if you look around, you'll find the stuff. So it's pretty cool. I don't know what that means, but we'll have to look it up later. We've been walking some more. We're along the lines coming to the third tunnel. I don't know what that sign says, but it's kind of neat looking. So, but I figured I'd do another video here showing this is when you're out of the tunnel and you're walking along. This is what you're walking along. Just stuff like this, really awesome. So, get to see this stuff. So this is like the really old road handguard they had. So they put that stuff there. Some of the earlier video has some of the older stuff, I guess, in between this, where it's just angle iron and rebar. But they have them signs all over that pretty much say not responsible if you get hurt. So. Alright guys, we're getting ready to head into this next tunnel. I'm believing that's the length, 149 meters. So somebody went through and marked it. So they tried to cover some of the graffiti up. A nice little resting bench. Here's another block one. That's when you can at least see the light on the other end. So the other one I think was longer. So, but it's still good to have this just in case. So. $177. Some of these are in better shape in here. Another cubby hole. Huh. That's kind of cool. So you can see how it's kind of done. Alright guys, that's kind of neat. Let's get some pictures here. Alright guys, we're back doing some more video. So we're gonna look around and see. I guess one thing I've noticed is they've had cable hooks and hangers throughout this thing for hanging stuff on all the tunnels they have. So I think this is the last tunnel. I think there's only 3. Then another. Oh, I guess there is one more. Got one up here on the other side. I'm gonna get some pictures, guys, and we'll be back. Alright guys, this is one of the neatest things here. JR went through and did do the bridge. Back in the old days on this trail, from a lot that I read, a lot of people would have to come over here and they would walk down the steel plank on the side. But since then, JR's gone through, built this nice wood bridge, so you don't have to use that rickety old steel plank on the side of it. This is where the train would run. The train would run right through here. And it would just go along this old, there'd be tracks here and everything, of course. But the neat thing is with this is you guys probably hear all the water running, I bet, in the background. As you look out, going over the river on both sides. Yeah. See the old rocks, the old foundation, I guess, even for an old bridge before they redid this one. So this thing is all old school build, I guess you could say. All probably hot riveted together, as you guys can see. It's kind of awesome. Then we go to another tunnel. So we come out of one tunnel, we go through to another tunnel, and yeah. Well, it's just kind of neat. You can see all through the bedrock and everything. Alright guys, I'm going to take some more pictures and we'll go back to doing some video. You can see a little bit light down here in the end. We're over into pieces. Yeah, coming out the other end of it. So after going through all the tunnels, now we're at this spot here. Here's a little plaque that somebody made and put up talking about everything with it, I guess, the mountains and all that. So right now we can't really see them trees too much, but it's still amazing. The views are amazing. We do have some yellow things up there. I guess it's just a tree, but still pretty cool though. So we're gonna keep trucking along, and I'll get some more pictures and videos for you guys. Hopefully you guys can hear the sound. Nothing like listening to the river come through here. So I found my way down here to the river. Okay, there are some walkways that are very, very steep, old school fashion walkways, which is pretty neat, but it's actually amazing to see how it is. Like, that's a wall that was made over there, okay? But when you look at it, I guess there's another pathway, a walkway on that side. At least there used to be. So it goes back to the bridge back there. But I guess the bridge has got a sign that it's closed. So at one point there used to be another walkway over there. So, but when I found the walkway coming down here, I had to come down here and take a look and enjoy being right at the river. So, get to see it from this level, which is awesome. Just very, very cool. So, yeah, let me head back and we'll go from there. I guess this is a good spot that people like to come and fish. Because I think there's river herring or river bass or something that come down here. There's signs for it. Some type of river fish. And they must come in here and fish, I bet. So when it's season, this whole area is probably just full of people fishing. So, but just, yep, very, very different. So, it's all river rock, as you guys can see. That's all bamboo, I think. So we're gonna head back, because that's where I came in. So I'll try to show that to you guys as I'm going. Yeah, just really cool. So you do have to watch your step walking around here. It's very, very rocky. Not a touristy spot, that's for sure.